We're live again. We are live again. Live again. Oops. Okay. Whoop whoop. Nice thumbnail. Thank you. I repeatedly use that one. Hello, Abhishek. Bad man. Abhishek, you have the mic. We have Parves. Delusional man joined. Yeah, we want believers, man. We want believers. If you want to join, here's the link. Okay, let me mute the room first. Because Jack will start shouting, "Mute the room, Phil! Mute the room, Phil!" Yeah, we're trying again. Okay, many people.
How are you all?
Just debate, welcome. Talha, welcome. Morium, I don't know you, but welcome. Tequila, welcome. Lely, I don't know. Trust no one. Ooh, okay. We have some trust problems. Fraud. Mona. Praveen. Okay. Okay, let's give it a chance again in case they might like the new
You have
topic.
someone.
We
You have
have
someone
who?
from YouTube right now.
Did he join?
Yeah, I think it's Frode, right?
How do you know that?
It says Fro from Norway, and that sounds like a name from Norway. And they joined after you shared the
Frode.
link.
Frode? Is it you from Norway?
You have to mute your mic.
Yeah, there is a mic button. You should unmute yourself. Then you can talk. Let's try. Yeah, Believers Wanted. That can be the name of a show, even. Believers Wanted.
Did I do
That's
it?
a good name.
What?
Okay, I think I did it correctly now. You can hear me?
Yeah. Oh, it's you then.
Yeah, I'm definitely from Norway. Yes.
Okay, welcome from Norway, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Did I have to ask? It would be awkward if you're not a believer. But are you really a
I am a
believer?
believer. Yes, I'm a
Okay.
Christian.
Okay, so can you prove you're God?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Okay. The dead end just at the beginning.
I cannot provide you proof of my belief. No, I have my beliefs based on my personal experiences.
Experience. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Like too personal, or maybe you can share.
I mean, I can. I mean, it's not only based on experience, but it's like if I say, uh, I believe in the Bible. I'm going to guess you would ask, why do you believe in the Bible?
Okay, like it's up to you. If you want to have a discussion, then sure, I will ask. But if you're saying, I'll just explain a little bit, not in a preaching sense, and I will make it short, then you can just do it.
Sure. So, I am what I would call open theist or open Christian, depending a little of who you ask. I believe the Bible is true. I believe that Jesus is the Lord and Savior. I believe in a burning hell. I believe that uh, you should come to God and believe in Jesus because of that. And yeah, I have multiple reasons why I believe it, but I would say that one of the things that uh, um, convinced me, and this is maybe going to sound a bit weird, is I think I am a little pre-sup when it comes to this, but I believe in the argument that logic, uh, morality, and things like that has to have an anchoring in God.
Mm-hmm. And do you want to argue about this one?
I mean, I'm not very good at philosophy, so
Okay.
we could talk about it, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'll be easy. I'll try my best. I just need an explanation for the last one, like
Mhm.
why you need an anchor for logic.
Why we need it in general? I would say that if we don't have an anchor for morality and logic, we cannot have a ultimate decider. So
Mm.
let's say we agree that we based our views on the secular manifest, for example, or secular humanism, uh, and we have to vote or that. I could agree to that to a certain point, but um, it's not based in other things than we have decided is best for humankind. And since I think we were created by a god, I believe that since that creator is the ultimate starting point and the ultimate decider for what goes on Earth, that he is the one that gets to decide it, or they are the one that gets decided.
Question. Do you think God is logical?
Do I think God is logical? Uh, that's a good question.
I mean, does he have logic?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so logic exists inside God.
Yeah.
But why that doesn't require an anchor from outside?
Yeah, so I think so. Logic is the study for reasoning, and I believe that the reason why we exist is God. So let's say you are God, right? You get to set the parameters for whatever logic that is inside of your universe. And if I come and say, hey, you don't get to decide that, then you should be able to say, who told you that? God.
Yeah, but if there are some rules in the universe, okay, so and
Mhm.
logic is kind of some rules, right? that we describe the universe. At least this is how we
Yeah,
derive the logic. But when it
yeah.
comes to God, if there is some logic in God, that means there are
Mm.
rules in God also. And my
Yeah. So when it comes to like what is God rooted in, I can only answer that I don't know. I'm more than open to say that I don't know things. Like I am not
Mhm,
very bombastic in my beliefs. When
mhm.
I don't know things, I can say I don't know. But I
I
would
see.
say that yeah, sorry.
I said I see.
Yeah. And but think that um I think that uh, m- uh, if I was the creator of something, I get to decide how things work. Now, if God is a part of this universe or outside of this universe or whatever, I am not sure. I, I, if you ask me my opinion, it is my opinion that he is outside of time and this universe. I think he
Mm.
created the universe from the outside.
Yeah, yeah, but I wanted to stick to the logic part. My
Sure.
objection mostly is coming because believers tend to believe that their God doesn't have a creator,
Hmm.
and seemingly are the same.
Yes.
So if God exists without any cause and can have logic,
Mhm.
why universe requires an anchor from outside to have logic?
Can you ask that question in another way?
Sure. Or maybe I can make this statement without the question.
Okay, sure.
According to what I think, if
Hmm.
one thing can exist in a way without
Hmm.
needing something else, then why
Hmm.
not another thing, in this case our universe, needs something else to exist in this way?
Oh, like for example, you say it's a magical stone.
I'm not saying magical, but in a sense, God is also magical, right?
Yes,
So
I
if
would.
one thing can be magical, why not other thing cannot be magical?
Yeah. Why don't I believe in the invisible unicorn that created the universe? Is maybe
No,
what
that's not what I
what.
said. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
That's totally far from what I
Okay.
meant. So again, we were talking about logic, those, rules. So you said, yeah, God has those things also, and I said, if God can exist, having them without needing a cause,
Mm.
like by default, logic is in
Hmm.
God, right? Why
Hmm.
not logic is not by default in the universe according to your belief? I mean, because you believe God exists. But what I'm trying to say, if one thing can exist by default with logic,
Hmm.
another thing can be also like that. In this case, I'm talking about the universe. So universe exists. Maybe universe doesn't have a cause, but still can have logic because that's what you believe. Something exists with no cause. It has logic. If
Hmm.
universe doesn't have cause, you can still believe that universe has the logic without requiring anyone to create them.
Sure. I believe in a oneness, though. So
Okay.
uh, uh, let's say it's something else. I can grant that, but
Okay.
I think that uh, where my trouble comes into is then you kind of have to tell me what that other thing is. And
Universe.
it, yeah, I understand that you're saying that, but the universe is so many things, right? It's not
Uh,
one thing.
universe is one also. I don't see other
Yeah, but
universes.
it's not how do I say this in English? It's not
Oh, but I can do the same thing for your God. I think I
yeah.
understand what you're saying. So Well, you can correct me, by the way, because I don't know exactly which God you believe in. But
Yeah.
I think you think that your God, like, firstly, we already agreed your God has logic. Okay, logic is one
Hmm.
thing. What about
Yeah.
power? I believe your God also has power.
Yes.
Okay, this is another
Ultimate
thing.
power.
Yeah, your
Mhm.
God has awareness also.
Yes.
Okay, well, and I believe your God has many other properties also.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so this universe has a lot of properties. Your God has a lot of properties.
Yeah, but they are centered in one thing.
Okay,
So
but this
when
is
you
a
say,
universe also.
yeah, but the universe is okay. So if you say that, okay, so if I ask you, where do I find logic in the universe? Can you answer that?
Where do you find the logic?
Yeah, where is the logic placed?
Our description of what we observe in the universe.
Yeah, but I
So
can't
technically,
visit
things.
it, right?
What?
I can't visit logic.
You can twist the logic. What do you mean?
No, I can't visit the logic.
I don't
It's not
know
a
the word
it's
that
not
you're
a
using.
place.
Oh,
Okay,
logic is not a
like
place. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, like me going to Canada is not where logic is, right?
Okay. Okay. So.
Yeah.
So.
So that is important. So the
Okay.
reason why that is important, at least for me, that's important, is that I can hold someone accountable for having created us. So let's say at least the God I believe in has properties that I can hold him accountable for.
I couldn't follow you.
I can't hold a universe accountable because I can't talk to the universe and the universe would talk back to me.
But do you think God is talking to you?
I think God is talking to everybody through the Bible.
You say through the Bible, but you
Yeah.
assume Bible is from God, so that's a little bit circular.
Yes.
Okay, but what if I say the universe is also talking to us through the nature?
Yeah, but nature doesn't bring logic. I
Nature
can't.
doesn't bring
So,
logic.
so for example, in
The
your
Bible
world,
brings logic.
I think it does. Yeah.
That's not a
It,
logic
uh,
book.
I think it's a logical book. It's a
When you say
spiritual book.
logical book, is a different thing, right?
Yeah.
So, like
But
teaching
can I
logic.
ask you a question?
Yeah.
Maybe this will answer your question. So, one of the reasons why I personally believe in a God is the problem of evil. I know a lot of people say it the other way around, that the problem of evil is why they don't believe in a God. But one of the biggest reasons why I believe in a God is because I believe in evil people. I believe in evil things. I believe in evil existing because I have seen it through history. So, from your point of view, that is a natural thing, right?
Seemingly natural, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, where did evil have its origin in your worldview?
Uh, First of all, I can't decide what is evil, what is good, because I don't have moral standards.
You
But
don't have
let's
any
let's
moral standards? Are you sure
yeah,
about that?
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Okay, so you can go,
I can
so
like
you can go and kill someone tomorrow.
no, I wouldn't do that because I
Why
want to
not?
be free. I don't want to be in the jail. That's why.
But you don't have a moral problem with it.
What do you mean?
You think it's a good thing to kill people?
Like as I said, like I don't say good, bad. So the question doesn't
So
make
you don't
sense to
believe
me.
in good or bad?
Like I believe that they're just what people want. Okay, like the thing that you want, you call them good. The thing that you don't want, you call them bad. And many people agree on many things. And then they say, oh, okay, yeah, we agree. And let's come together and let's use these rules based on their agreement. And mostly those rules are coming from their biology also. And like we can technically base those moral rules on our biology. But still, it wouldn't be justified. I don't see any justification for any kind of rule. But still,
Mm.
like I can say, oh, this is what I want. This is what I don't want. And you can interpret that in your mind as, oh, okay, he thinks this is good. He thinks this is bad.
Have you heard of the tag argument?
Tag, no. But that, wait a second. Like, uh, I might start to believe in simulation right now because you know what? Like, this is my second stream today. The first one was morality. Our topic was morality, and no one joined to have to speak about it. Only like one person tried to mention, but we couldn't. I even had to end the stream. Now we're talking morality. That's funny. Hello,
Yeah, so
Phoenix.
you want me to go through the tag argument for God?
Okay, you can explain.
Yeah. Okay, so the tag argument, God, very briefly, uh, goes like this. Um,
Let's see.
Truth cannot exist without God.
Truth cannot
Light
exist
doesn't,
without God.
yeah, uh, light doesn't come uh, from nowhere. Uh, uh, what else is in the tag argument? I'm trying to think about it because it's a long time since I looked at it.
But like the argument
Yeah, so you can't
falls.
make sense of anything without God. The idea is that logic, morality, and the very possibility of knowledge only make sense if God exists.
That's a claim,
Yeah, that is my claim. It's
but that's
called
not an argument.
it's a transcendental argument for God. It's what it's called.
But
Uh,
only thing I hear is just a statement, one claim. Nothing makes sense without God. It's just a claim. Like, where is the argument here?
sure. So we all use certain things to think and lie, and live in a general sense. So we have laws of logic. We have moral attributes. According to me, at least, we have an order in nature and things like that. These things are uh, immaterial, unchangeable, and universal. Like you can't really touch the law of logic, or you can't really measure
Hmm.
wrongness with a ruler, and they don't change over time. They apply
Hmm.
everywhere to everyone.
Hmm.
And an atheist worldview, in my mind at least, cannot ground this because in a pure material random universe, there is no reason for logic to exist or remain constant.
Okay, but we
And
don't claim pure randomness.
no, I am not saying pure randomness, but
Okay,
morality uh, becomes just a personal opinion or a social construction.
but then that
And
isn't that the
and
case?
science, sorry,
Isn't that the case?
not in my worldview, no.
Hmm.
Mm, So uh, science depends. Uh, in my mind, science depends on the assumption that the future will work like the past, but there is nothing guaranteeing or holding it all together in my mind. So the Christian worldview explains it perfectly. So laws of logic reflects the unchangeable mind of God. Morality comes from God's nature and commands, and the order of creation comes from God,
Uh,
constant upholding of it.
yeah, but
Therefore, to use reason, yeah, sorry.
what we see is like you believers are just filling a gap. So we don't know how those things are in this way is the question. We don't know exactly how, okay? And you're saying, oh, wait a second, there must be someone perfect. And all those things must be coming from that thing. And you think you explain things. Yeah, you explain things, but that doesn't mean the explanation is true. Yes, you're giving just an answer. You're answering the question, but that doesn't mean your answer is true. That's just an answer. And that's why I was asking about logic. So if logic in God can exist with no cause, then why it's surprising for you, or why do you need to seek for a cause the logic in the universe? So why the universe cannot exist in this way with these rules, but without a cause? That's why those arguments are not making sense. It's just, you know,
Yeah, in
oh,
my mind,
pushing
I
the question
yeah.
one step further and say, oh, look, we have a great answer here. We should buy that.
Mm. I'm not saying that I think that you can't argue against a god uh,
Really?
because then you assume there were things that he yeah. So why? Let me ask you another way. Why is God not logical for you then? Yes,
Why God is not what?
logical for you.
I didn't say God is not logical.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Why do you not believe in a God then?
Because I don't have good evidence to believe a God exists.
Uh,
Yeah, and
hello.
I don't think I can give you that.
So,
You said that when you joined, okay,
Yeah.
and that's okay, to be honest.
hey,
Hey, Luke,
sorry about that. Is my audio okay?
your audio is okay. I was hearing an echo, but it's gone right now, I believe.
Okay. If it comes back, just let me know and I'll try to fix it.
Okay, okay, cool. Oh, but
Thank you
before you
for
start,
having me.
you're welcome. But before you start, if you want to have a discussion with, oh, he left.
Oh no, oh there is.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, he's here. So he's not here for a debate. You should know that. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, don't worry. I'm not looking to debate. I just wanted to say a little snippet about the
Okay.
societal morality.
No, oh, okay, okay, but you should understand. Like he didn't have consent for a discussion here, so.
Oh yeah, no, that's
Oh,
fine. I apologize.
no, no, it's okay. You didn't know. I just want to inform you. That's all. But yeah, mention what you want to mention.
It was just about, so with what you were discussing then, it my gist was we were talking about how morality and religion play a big part. Was that understood correctly?
Our main topic is God, God's existence, how to prove a God exists, and morality is just one of the reasons for him to believe a God exists. So, our topic is not.
Oh, oh,
Oh,
okay.
that's so funny, by the way. Again,
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I just misinterpreted
it's
that.
okay. It's okay. It's okay. But the funny part is I just explained before you. My previous topic was morality, and no one engaged with the topic. Now,
Oh,
topic is different, and people want to talk about morality.
oh, okay,
Okay,
right. So,
let's go. If you want to speak, we can talk about morality.
no, no. If your topic is about the existence of God, we can circle back to that.
Oh, okay. Are you a believer?
Um, to be honest with you, I'm just someone who searches around for streams and stuff to discuss and join with.
Okay. But by the way, Fraud, he sounds more Norway than you are.
Oh, I'm English, but the accent I have is got Norwegian influence.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like our
I
accent is named after a Norwegian dish.
yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
like I can like we can talk about like the cosmological argument or
Sure.
it
Wow.
and things like that.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I think that is interesting. So
Okay.
do you believe that something can come from nothing?
I don't have such a belief.
So what is that something?
The something can be our universe.
And do you believe in a universe that was always there?
That's not my belief. Also, I'm agnostic about the universe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me about your belief system.
Well, like technically, when it comes to God and universe, I don't have belief. The only thing I believe, universe exists, and I am inside this universe. But further that the universe has a cause or not, I don't know the answer. The same goes for God. I
But
don't know whether God exists or
you
not.
said that you had no morality, right?
Come again?
But you said you had no morality, right?
Okay, like let's be more precise, okay? I cannot justify, even if I say this is right, this is wrong, okay? I know that I cannot justify. And as I explained to you, well, what I say right, that's just something that I want, okay? And the things that I dislike, I can say wrong. And there wouldn't be justification for that. So, like, that doesn't mean I don't say, oh, hey, this is not right. Or when I say that, I know that I cannot justify, I cannot base it.
Mm.
So, and that's why I don't see any, you know, good
Do you have
reason to
something that you
discuss
like
about.
more than other things?
There are things, sure, there are things that I like more than other things. Yeah.
Okay. So if you had a scale from 1 to 10, where 1 is the worst thing that you knew of, and 10 was the best thing you knew of, where would murder fall on that scale?
Oh, murderful.
I would
Something
just
that
to say dead quick. I would say it depends on the context of the murder.
mm, but I think I can assume what he means by murder. So let's save some time and let me answer the question. I put that like on the scale of what was your scale, by the way?
1 to 10.
1 to 10. One is, good.
Awful, the worst thing you know of, and 10 is the best.
Hmm. Okay, I would put it close to one.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I would agree. I would also put it close to a 1.
Again, like, justifying it is tricky. Like, I wouldn't even try to justify.
Oh no, I'm not saying like it's all justifiable. For me, it was just saying that it depends on the context. Because if you say, "Oh, this man is a murderer," and you say, "Well, how did he murder him?" It's like, "Oh, he was coming. This man was going to attack and kill him, so he struck first." You might go, "Oh, well, that's not murder. That's defense." Or
Yeah, no, I don't mind defending murder. Kill of innocent life. How about that? That makes it even.
oh yeah, guilty. Definitely a
Yeah,
one on
yeah.
the scale.
Mhm. Okay. What was your question about? You asked about. Oh, you were at least trying to talk about cosmological argument, right?
Yeah, so I love the cosmological argument. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. Uh, it doesn't prove a Christian God. I think it proves a God, but
Oh,
it definitely doesn't prove the Christian God.
okay.
I think that I think tag is better to get you into a Christian God, but
Mm-hmm. But did you know that the original Kalam argument.
Yeah, he's Muslim. Yeah.
No. That's not what I want to say. The
Oh.
argument even doesn't say therefore God exists. So, like the arguments have conclusions, right? Premises and
Yeah.
conclusions, and the conclusion must be therefore God exists. Okay, if you're trying to prove a God exists, then the
God.
conclusion must be therefore God. But the Kalam doesn't have that conclusion, so it doesn't prove a God exists.
Yeah, and it's originally.
Yeah, and what about the new one?
I
Sorry?
was going to say that you could make the cosmological argument for a Christian God if you look at the Book of Job.
Yeah,
How you're doing that?
Acts. I was thinking more of Acts, maybe like 17:25.
Oh, forgot it.
24 and 25 is. Yeah, Acts.
Do you have it on hand? Because I don't have my Bible with me. Sorry.
Let me go into my Bible app.
If you don't have it on hand, it's okay.
No. I have my mobile.
But did you say that would prove that God exists? I
Wait a
have
second.
question.
Someone else is speaking in the room?
Yeah,
Oh, your audio is very low. Serena, is it you?
yeah, it's me.
Your audio is very low.
Is my voice good enough right now?
Not really.
Yeah, it's quite long.
Can you hear me right now?
It's kind of
Is my
breaking also.
voice
No, it's lagging.
clear?
It's lagging now.
It's not clear.
No.
Yeah.
Sounds as though like
using
AI
my-
is trying to hijack the conversation about God.
I'm using my headphones. Is it clear?
Clear, Serena. But can you type your
Okay,
question?
I have a question. Okay, I will type it.
Yeah, so in the Acts it says in the new. I'm going to use the NIV. It says the God who made the world and everything in it. Is the Lord of heaven and earth, and does not live in temples built by human hands, and is not served by human hands, as if needed anything. Rather, he himself gives everything life and breath and everything else.
Ah, thank you.
Mm.
Too bad he's so bad at biology.
Goddess?
Yeah, Leviticus 11:5. Why don't you read that?
What did you say? Leviticus
11:5.
11:5.
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking about the quote of man to man?
Leviticus. The hyrax, though, it should cut. Does not have divided food. It's unclean for you. I have no clue what the hyrax is.
It's a rock badger. They don't chew cud and they can't even regurgitate. They don't have the muscles for it.
Oh, it's a cute little animal. Nice. Yeah, no, I am.
So how do we know? So when the Bible quotes the God of the Bible, how can we tell if the words are accurate or not?
We sadly can't.
Yeah, because here's some words here that are obviously not accurate.
Yeah, like for example, what is it? The Bible says that pi is 3 instead of 3.14. If I don't remember correctly.
Yeah, well, this is like a little more than a little bit of the difference of a number. But so what do we make of all these Mosaic laws now? Which of these Mosaic laws that supposedly morality comes from, to get back to morality, I mean, this is supposed to be the Christian says that this God is the source of morality, of objective morality, and the closest thing we can find to a moral code is the Mosaic Law, and there's a glaring scientific error in it as Yahweh is being quoted. So, I mean, why would he allow this into his moral law?
I would say that there are certain parts of the Bible that are interpretive that people take away and use with themselves as well.
Well, this is a pretty black and white statement. It doesn't.
Yeah, but you've also got.
It doesn't
sorry.
chew cud. It's quoting Yahweh, and the words are not true.
Oh yeah. I know. I was just saying, but there is also contradictory points within the Bible that if you find one phrase, you can find another that contradicts.
Yeah. Well, this isn't just a phrase, but yeah, there's a lot of contradictions. I agree there. I think the whole thing is contradictory, but I don't want to get too far from morality.
But okay, sir, do you think that infallible people can create infallible things?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I think
I would think that a perfect creator would only create perfect beings that could make perfect free will choices.
Yeah,
I would. You go first. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say I hate free will. I think free will is extremely overrated. I sadly believe in it, but I wish I didn't.
Well, it is the biggest cope that Christians have. That's for sure. It's really handy for explaining a God that never has to intervene. I had a JW tell me a couple days ago that I should, because I was trying to talk about her, and I said, what if a guy walks up, along a side of us, starts a confrontation with someone else unjustly? I said, should I just let that guy get beat into a coma, and because those are just his consequences of his own free will? And she politely told me yes.
Huh.
So yeah, crazy.
I was just going to say that I don't believe that God is fully interventionist in everything, because if he was, we would be reliant on him, where we would pretty much just be slaves at that point.
Yeah, but God handed down all of these laws, right? And you have to obey the law, right? So if you don't understand the law, right, that means God didn't, make the law very clear. But in the Old Testament, the laws are very clear in my eyes. And do you want me to give you another law in the Old Testament that you have to abide by?
No, I was just going to, don't get me wrong, I completely understand you, but I think the factor we're missing as well is civilization.
No, we're not talking about civilization. We're talking about the laws handed down by God.
Yeah, I know we're talking about that, but I was just saying that the factor as well is civilization. That is its separate entity outside of God.
Yeah, well, let's talk about God's laws, okay? Let's stay on topic. All right. I'm going to post it into the side chat, and you read it and you tell me if this is a good law.
You are aware we're not under the Mosaic laws now,
yes,
right?
you are. Yes, you are. Jesus said, I didn't come here to abolish the law. I come here to uphold the law. All right?
Okay. So,
all right. So you're ready now? So
you're more than willing to say that, Jack, but I
didn't say it. Jesus said it.
Okay, let's just post it into the side chat, and let's see if it's even moral for that day and age.
Yeah,
that's your argument, and that doesn't fly either.
All right. Do you want to read it out, Woken State?
Yeah, I can do that. Is this the NIV? Yeah, okay. Her father will speak to elders. He will say, I gave my daughter to this man to be his wife, but he doesn't like her. So now he has told lies about her. He has said, I discovered that your daughter wasn't a virgin, but here's the proof of my daughter was a virgin. Then her parents will show the elders in the town the cloth that there was blood on. The elders will punish the man.
All right. So do you understand what that law is all about?
Yeah, it's about virginity.
Yeah. So if there's no blood on the sheet, she gets stoned to death, correct?
Yeah.
Do you know that 43% of girls don't bleed on their first time?
I had absolutely no clue about that, sir.
Well, you want to Google it, right? Because that's a biological fact that not all girls bleed on their wedding night or the first time, regardless whether they're married or not.
Sure.
So here's God handing down a law, which he should know better because he made humans, right? He should have known that not all girls bleed on their first time having sex. So he's just handed down a death warrant to all girls who don't bleed the first time they had sex. And this is your God.
This is a transcript of what people thought God said, yes.
Oh, no, it's not what they
Okay.
thought. This is from God, okay?
So how much more of the Bible do we need to throw out?
I'm not saying that we need to throw it out. I'm saying that if God made this law, I'm not God, so I don't know. But if God made this law, I'm sure he made it for a good reason. I can't explain that
Well,
reason.
he made it for the wrong reasons because innocent people are getting stoned to death because they didn't bleed the first time. So it's either it was man-made and made up by humans, infallible humans who didn't know.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Or God doesn't know that women don't bleed on their first time they have sex. You can't
What
have
if
the
it
cake and eat
does?
it too.
Okay, so let's grant that it does know that. Okay. Would you say that he doesn't have the right to create laws inside of his own universe, even if we found, even if we find them appalling and wrong from
I'll tell you
our
what,
moral
that
standard?
argument is just disgusting. And
Why
this
is that
this is
disgusting?
this is what is wrong with this religion right here.
I
Because
would
it
just
breeds,
sorry, you go
know,
first.
Now this is what's wrong right here, because this is what breeds us making excuses for minority groups suffering under totalitarian authority right
See,
here.
I would just like to say that I'm a Catholic, but I do agree that is a bad law. And even if it's something where I'm going against the word of God, it's something that in today's viewpoint, we can't say it's wrong. The only problem is that, and I'm not defending it, the only problem is when you looked at that law in a historical viewpoint, you probably would have agreed with it.
No way. I might have agreed with it as an evil Bronze Age misogynist goat herder, but no one else would. The only
That's what I'm saying. In today's viewpoint, we disagree with it, but back then people agreed with it.
Well,
God's word's not forever, then, is it?
Is it God's word or not?
God's word is malleable that we bring upon ourselves to interpret.
Okay, so we can change God's word now, can we?
No,
we interpret
Sounds
God's
like
word.
we're God now. Sounds like we're God now.
No, we interpret his word.
No, we don't. It's written, it's black and white what's written in that package. There's no interpretation needed.
This is crazy.
You're just trying to...
Sorry. I'm just going to say, do you believe the Bible is sorry, what's the word?
Inerrant?
We believe the Bible is man-made mythology. That's what we believe. By Bronze Age goat herders who didn't know any better. That's what we believe.
Could you not say, though, that... I was going to say, though, could you not say with the Bible's influence, what we've extrapolated from it, we've done a lot better?
No, not really.
You're downgrading your God now because Obviously, we know better than your make-believe God.
No, I didn't say downgrade. I said extrapolate.
Yes,
We
you
took
have.
from that word.
You said it, your own words. You said we know a lot better.
Yeah, because we extrapolated his words
Yeah, we extrapolated it to what?
to
What?
stuff that we
trying to
put
twist
forward
words
and
around.
advance with as a society.
I can't really think of a single advancement that was a result of any
book-
extrapolation.
Yeah,
But
the book.
Can I say
Sorry,
one thing,
sorry. The
please,
Book of
really
Common
quick?
Law. The Book of Common Law comes from the Byzantines. They got it from the Bible, and that Book of
Well,
Law was the foundation for all modern laws today.
not
No,
really.
you're a liar. They do not.
Codices for laws existed way before that, and
Yeah,
some
no,
of them were a
laws
lot more
existed before.
efficient.
Yeah,
And it doesn't really matter whether they got it from the Bible or not. It wasn't said literally in the Bible, and everybody, as you said, can read it and interpret it a different way, which means that God didn't do a good job of telling us his word. He wasn't even sufficient at communicating what he wanted to communicate, in a good, clear way.
well, unless God wanted to test his words.
That's a very unfair test.
Yeah, that's
Why
Because
is that an unfair test?
well, number one, there are no criteria. Number two, you don't know what you're being tested on. Number three, people,
Sorry.
there are billions of them, and all of them can interpret and come up with arguments that sound equally convincing and are equally logically sound over the same points that there is conflict over. This is not a fair test.
Could I ask then, did God not test Pharaoh when Moses went to him?
No, he didn't test him. He hardened his heart.
No, he gave Pharaoh the choice to go. If you let go,
No, he didn't give him a choice. He took his choice away by hardening his heart. What's the matter with you? It says so in the Bible.
it
He says,
hardened
I'm
his heart.
hardening his
No,
heart.
come on.
Yes,
It
don't come
didn't.
on with me. Don't you give me this come on. You just don't like your God all of a sudden. You're arguing against him. He hardened
I'm not
Pharaoh's
so
heart.
much. I'm not so much like arguing against them. I'm just using today's viewpoints.
Yeah, well, today's viewpoint is he hardened Pharaoh's heart. Okay, get it right.
But I mean, if he did that as a test,
No, he what? Well,
okay, then why didn't he just? Why? Sorry, go on. You go first.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll go first and last. He hardened his heart to make him change his mind. It wasn't a test.
Yeah, so I was just going to say that if he just wanted to set his people free, why didn't he just smite Egypt as a whole?
Yeah,
because he couldn't.
He could. He did it to Sodom and Gomorrah.
Well, no, he didn't. It's what the Christians say he did, but he never did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you know what? I apologize for getting a bit heated there. I didn't mean to talk over anyone.
You know the Ten Commandments, right? Do you believe they're punishable by death?
I would say, and I'm going to contradict myself, I would say no, depending on context.
Well, based on the context, they are punishable by death.
Yeah.
And we have people that have politicians' ears in my country that actually are speaking out about bringing out the death penalty for gays. It's like 1930s Germany in the U.S. right now. It's and it's all because, and it's not all because, I'm sorry, a big part of it is because of the votes of people that have been conditioned into punishing the others. And this is what's wrong with this. This is why religion it's poison at this point. I hate to use those terms, but it really is socially poisoning my society. It is really weird to look at. I watch a lot of documentaries on World War II and the times, like what happened in the 20s and 30s in Germany. And right now, as of yesterday, we have military personnel scooping up homeless citizens in DC,
Yeah.
and they are being taken to either shelters or jail, and which is a violation of the Constitution. It is really, it's a major rule in our Constitution that you can't use military to police civilians. Only in severe.
Definitely not. After, especially with what we saw with Waco, definitely not.
You know, so this is, I mean, and this is what. This is, you know, and it's a lack of empathy and a lack of critical thought. The lack of critical thought comes in when we choose to believe something until we're convinced it's not true. And then the lack of empathy comes in with sticking up for this God, and, you know, all the crap that comes out of people's mouths in his name.
Yeah, just sorry to cut you there. I've got to disappear now, but just like to say, hope everyone has a nice day, and honestly, take care of yourselves. I'm sorry again.
Thanks for joining.
Make sure you don't pick up any sticks. You might get put to death. All right, be careful.
God bless.
Anyway, thanks for joining. Luke.
And you too, Phil. Don't let me catch you picking up any sticks either. We want you alive.
Okay.
All right. I'm just warning you, though, Phil. That's you. All right.
I'll be careful. Don't worry.
Yeah, stay away from sticks.
Was he from YouTube? I don't know. We couldn't ask even. So again, we are along with atheist people here.
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
Yeah, well, have you picked up any sticks on the Sabbath?
Yeah, I think I even pushed a donkey out of its way.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to stop that because it's punishable by death. All right, no picking up sticks. All right.
I appreciate that.
Well, you better appreciate it. Now, God also said, "Thou shalt not have any gods before me." Do you agree with that?
I don't think I can interact with someone that is not at all willing to have their opinion changed and thinks that
we're not here to change your opinion.
Yeah, that's kind of funny to hear you say that. I mean, I'm willing to admit this. The Bible could be true, but God is in some kind of evil 4D liar. You know, seriously. How about deist God? Have you ever thought about deism?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if we took a deist God and put all the properties on it that you think are good, that you think apply to the Bible God, and we just take a stroll through the Old Testament and look at the, you know, the good argument, the good points and the bad points, deist God's going to come out looking way better, you know. And I mean, he's apathetic, but he's not an evil liar, you know.
I don't think God of the Bible is an evil liar.
Well, we could take instead of taking a look at these laws, we could take a look at Numbers 11, which is a part of the story of the Exodus. And
do you think for some strange reason you're talking to someone that has not read their Bible?
No,
I don't think you have. You didn't seem to know any of these passages.
Not at all.
Okay.
I'm just trying to have a calm conversation. But in this,
it doesn't seem like you are interested in a calm conversation.
Oh no,
I actually. It seems
my
like
God, when you're calling my
It's
God evil without at least letting me present a worldview that doesn't support that.
well,
Well,
you've been
we're
presenting your
presenting.
worldview quite a bit. It seems like you don't want to walk through Numbers 11. That's what it
Yeah,
seems
let's go
like.
through Numbers 11, shall we?
Why do you think I'm not willing at looking at that?
All
Awesome.
right,
Then
let's
let's
It
pull
do
up
it.
doesn't
So
Numbers
matter.
11.
anyway,
It doesn't matter for me
I'm glad
what
you're
you're
willing
looking at
to.
it.
I'm glad you're willing, because in Numbers 11, in the first
My
couple
explanation
verses,
for everything that you bring up is probably going to be, and I can already tell you this. I don't know. I trust God.
well, why would you trust God when his people complain about the food, and he promises them a month of quail and poisons them with the first bite instead? And this was after burning them with fire in the
Like
first couple
I
verses.
don't know why that is written in there, but I have to trust that there's a reason why I don't know that.
Well,
This
let's
is
go through it, shall we? Let's go through it.
you
Yeah,
know
but like
you don't
I gave you my answer.
you don't even know your God, and you're bending over backwards doing pretzels, sticking up for the morality of this monster. He's a monster.
The,
I'm sorry.
the thing is,
What
okay,
is it
okay,
smart? Is
no,
it
I'm going to mute. If you're not interested in me at all answering you, I don't
no?
care.
I'll shut up. I'm gonna mute.
Yeah, go. Answer, man. Fraud? Now you don't want to answer?
I don't think God is evil. I can
Okay.
understand why people believe that. For me, God does things in the Bible that I don't understand, and all that I can say is that I don't know. I don't know the explanation for the whole Bible. I have absolutely no clue
Mm-hmm.
why this passage is there or that passage is that. Why I'm not supposed to wear clothing with different
Mm-hmm.
linen in it, like
No,
mixed
it's
things
different
like that,
fabric, different
or
fabric.
Jack,
eating shellfish or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the answer for that.
hmm
I'm
yeah,
sure
but
God had a
fraud.
reason, but I
But
don't know.
that's the problem. So you don't have an answer, and you don't agree with their answer. So what if they understand what they are reading? Maybe that's why they are calling that God as evil. And by the way, they also gave examples from the Bible, right? Stoning a woman without justification, even wrongfully stoning to death. To them, it seems evil. And to you, you
Yeah,
say,
and I can understand it. It seems evil for me as well.
right? Then like,
I don't condemn I don't condemn slavery either, but I see that
hmm
slavery is permitted in the Old Testament.
okay, so then don't you think that it's logical for them to claim that God is evil?
I think that the God of the Old Testament can be looked upon as evil from our standards today, yes.
Okay, but not the New Testament, you mean?
Um, there are parts in the New Testament that I have a problem with.
But
So
does it really matter? The question here is whether God is evil or not. Both the Old and the New Testaments were revealed by the same God, two different people. So it doesn't matter if one is good and the other one is not. The question here is who revealed them?
yeah, no,
If the Old Testament is bad,
yeah.
it means the person, the entity that revealed it is bad.
Again, we have to look at from a human standard. I'm very
Well,
sorry, but
how else are we
I
going to look at it? From a dog standard? Yeah, laugh that one away, won't you? What is
okay.
there another
What do
standard?
you want me to do, Jack? Do you want me to cry over
Oh,
such a
maybe you should give it to the
silly
ants
statement?
because they can speak. Ants can speak according to the Quran, so you might as well give it. Oh, actually, no, give it to the donkeys. They can speak as well. The donkeys who wrote it down. Yeah, what do you want me to say? He said, well, you want me to help you out now?
I mean, what do you want me to say? Like, I don't
I
know
know you
why.
said that. I don't,
Yeah.
Say what you want to say.
I want you to say that morality is better off in our own hands than the God of the Old Testament.
And the New Testament too. I'm going.
Let's just start one thing at a time. We'll get into Pollyanity later. Let's start out with Yahweh. Should I base my morality on Yahweh? Or let me ask you a pragmatic question: is if I was interviewing
Okay, let me answer. So I don't think I have the right. I don't think you have the right. I don't think Jack has the right. I don't think anybody has the right to judge God because it is his universe and his rules.
Well, okay, so my second question, if I'm interviewing at a company and Yahweh is the owner, is it smart for me to become an employee of that company? And would I want to work in his HR department?
No, because he would become your boss.
Well, God's your boss.
Well, you said it's
no,
his universe.
that's the whole point, right? That's why I said he would become your boss. Yeah.
Okay, so believing in God's cool, but getting a job working for him would be dumb, right?
Did I say that?
Well, I'm trying to make sense of this. I'm honestly confused. That's how dumb I am.
Why do you think?
If Yahweh was a man, would it be smart for me to want to work at his company?
I can't answer that because he's not a man.
Well, it's a hypothetical that, and when people invalidate hypotheticals,
if I grant you a hypothetical person that calls himself Yahweh and comes with a morality in the Old Testament today in 2025, you should not hire them. Are you happy now?
No, I'm not happy at all. I think that's a laughable sidestep, and not even a good attempt at sarcasm. That's what I think of that.
It wasn't sarcastic. It was
okay. So all right, let me try.
You love to assuming things. I love when people assume
anything.
Things. You know what I say about assuming things, Wook?
You know what? I'm not assuming
anything. It makes an ass of you and me.
Tell me what I'm assuming.
You were assuming that I did not understand where you were going.
No, you're mind reading. I'm not assuming anything. I'm just trying to ask a question. That's all.
But you don't want to answer, so it doesn't matter.
What am I not answering?
It doesn't. That's not what I said. You don't want the answer.
What answer do I not want?
You don't want my answer.
What is your answer?
You don't want it. Why do you care when you don't listen?
Okay, I'm not going to pry.
You don't want to give the answer. So give the answer. Let's check whether he wants or not.
Yeah, okay. So ask the question.
Is it smart for me to want to work for a guy who I know poisoned the whole lunchroom after he promised them free pizza, but he was really just mad because of the complaints about the snack machine in the break room?
No, that is not smart, and that is not a fair assessment of what God did.
It sure is. That is exactly what God did.
Okay, according to your standards.
Let's go through Numbers 11, and you can show me where I'm wrong.
I'm not saying it doesn't say that in Numbers 11.
Oh, okay. So it wouldn't be smart for me to want to work for a guy like
I will grant you what it says in Numbers 11.
All right.
I have read Numbers 11.
Sounds like you agree with me.
I agree that from your standards, where you are sitting now in 2025, that is a bad thing. Yes.
Okay, tell me why working for a guy like this that I know who did that to his own employees. Tell me in what culture and what time that would have looked like a good person to work
Probably
for.
when it was written. I don't know.
I doubt it. I think it
How
was
do you
made
know
up.
that? Do you have a time machine?
I don't need a time machine. I have a brain.
Okay, so you know morality back in 2,000 years ago? Over that?
I know that working for this guy is a bad idea in any culture.
In 2025, yes, I would agree to that.
In
Well,
any point in history, I wouldn't want this guy to know I exist, let alone work
And
for
you
him.
do that morality from 2025. That is my
well, you
point.
don't need. I understand what the Christian here is trying to say,
You can call
but
me
but
pro.
Fro, but that's a sign that God is really bad at doing what he is doing. If morality changes because humans evolve and learn to be better to each other,
Okay,
and
morality hasn't changed. Humans has changed.
well, both have
And
changed
therefore,
actually.
morality it has changed. Yes.
No, morality comes from humans. It's an abstract, man-made concept,
Not
including the
according to me.
Judeo-Christian morality.
Yeah, I don't
Now,
agree to that.
now, you said that you think slavery is bad. You said that.
Yeah. Of course I
God,
do.
God didn't mind it. He didn't think it was immoral. He allowed it.
Of
He
course he
condoned it.
didn't. Yes, I know. I know. He didn't even allow it. He wrote a freaking verse about it in the Bible.
Yeah, and so with many other things, like killing people because they changed their religion, or because they
Yeah.
slept with somebody, or because
Yeah.
they picked up sticks on the Sabbath, or whatever.
Yes.
These are
terrible
man.
thing in 2025. I do agree. Yes.
No,
I
they
grant you.
were always terrible because they
How
weren't.
do you know that?
It's very simple, because if they were actually good, people would not have abandoned them, and
Okay, so
God would
okay.
have came up with something else.
Can I test that? Okay, God would come up with something else through what?
Well, I mean, if he has the ability to create a universe, and he can send prophets here and there, I'm pretty sure he can keep sending them.
Okay, so you should become a Mormon. They love prophets over there.
That's even worse, because they don't show anything. I mean, your prophets, allegedly had miracles, right? So people who actually saw them, they would be
yeah,
executed.
I just said then you should become a Mormon. They have living prophets today.
Yeah, it
Have you
doesn't
heard?
matter. It doesn't matter, because
Why?
in Christianity, the Pope, for example, is considered to be the vicar of Christ on earth.
I'm not a Catholic, just to be very, 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 very clear. I'm a Protestant, so I am not a Catholic whatsoever.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. The point still
Well,
stands.
it does matter for me.
People evolved. They learned how to advance. Religion stuck. It did not change. Only people tried to change it because they saw it for the basically horse shit that it is.
Okay, Bakar, do you mind if I give you an idea that I just came up with? Okay, I just thought about this. So you say that morality has changed because it's better, right?
Yes.
Okay. Uh, would would you be interested in something I could point to that is worse now than it was 200 years ago?
Can you give an example?
I will very soon if you answer that question.
Well, I asked for an example, so yes.
Yeah, okay, okay. I know probably all of you are going to disagree with this, but from my point of view, we can go directly to abortion. Abortion today is more available and more easy than it was 200 years ago.
Okay.
And that has changed because there has been a change in morality. It's easier now
Okay.
to kill people than it was before.
No, not really.
Not really?
Yeah, not really.
Why not?
Well, first of all, abortion exists for a purpose. You know how, like for example, in Christianity, you're allowed to take a slave girl and rape her and impregnate her against her
Okay, so
will.
you have to bring something back from over 2,000 years ago when I gave.
I mean, the
a-
slavery
uh,
existed
uh,
200 years ago. Slavery existed 200 years ago. Then
I understand that, but I'm asking you very kindly to talk about the thing that I wanted to talk about. So let's talk about abortion and abortion only.
yeah, we're talking about morality. You're arguing for a Judeo-Christian morality. I'm arguing for
I was asking you about abortion. Can you stick to abortion, please?
yeah, and I'm saying that it exists for several reasons, and that does not make
Okay.
it bad. No, just because it's more available right now and more accessible, and more women are more empowered to have control over their own body. That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing.
Okay, from my point of view, it is.
Yeah, because morality is subjective.
Yes. Probably. From your point of view, it is.
How can you prove something subjective and try to convince someone else, man?
Sorry?
What?
I'm saying if morality is a subjective matter, then how can you convince another person that what is right and what is wrong? As you are saying, every day is like we are getting more right morals with every year.
Well, we will need to have the same set of criteria. My criteria for measuring the quote unquote morality for something is how they impact society in concrete manner. How do they affect the economy? How do they affect the psychological well-being and physical well-being of people? How do they promote values and practices that are conducive to progression? Concrete objective measures, not God said or prophet said.
Thank you. The thing is, you have used lots of vocabulary. Some are really subjective, like what is good for society, what is bad for society. Some are scientific, like statistic, evidence, benefits. Even when it comes to the scientific vocabularies that you have used, those are in a matter of debate in various contexts. Okay, like scientists, social scientists, what doctors have debates over many moral things. Okay, now when it comes to the subjective matters, vocabularies that you use, it depends on person. Some people might find it beneficial, some people might not. So what's the point?
No, not really. There are certain things, due to
For
the way
example,
humans have evolved, if you let me finish, that are nearly always considered good. For example, not stealing from other people. That's always bad because it negatively impacts the functionality of society. That's why humans have evolved punishment. If somebody steals, disrupts the social hierarchy, you punish him. Murder. You murder somebody, you get murdered, you get punished. But religion came in, it was like, no, in a lot of cases murder is okay and you should do it for that or that. If you look at it from an evolutionary perspective, materialistically, it's nearly never good to go around murdering people like a renegade because it destabilizes society. Trusting each other, being honest, it's always going to promote the well-being of society. Being good to other people, reciprocal altruism, this mechanism evolved for a reason. You see it in nearly all animals for a reason, because it improves your chances of survival. It stabilizes the community. It increases prosperity.
Everything that you said is nonsense. Let me tell you why. First of all, you said that stealing is always bad throughout the history and it is punishable by everyone. It's not literally true. Like there are millions of diamonds and natural resources are being stolen from Africa right now, and nobody gives a shit.
That's an entirely different argument.
No. Let me finish first, okay?
I have to go,
please,
sadly,
please,
but
please.
all you have a blessed day.
Yeah,
it was
thank you,
nice
thank
to hang
Okay,
you out.
Fro, thanks for joining.
Take care.
I hope you
Mr.
join
Fro.
again. Bye-bye.
Hey man,
Bye-bye.
hold a lighter under your hand for 5 seconds.
Yeah, can I speak now? If anyone
Yeah,
wants.
yeah. Can you be
Yeah, thank
closer
you.
to mic if it's possible, Jonate?
I will try. The thing is, if you think about stealing, there are many resources that are being stolen from Africa and in the history, okay, and they're being used in various other countries, okay, and other individuals, and nobody gives a shit. And the reason is because those are being more beneficial. It's called passive agreement, agree, okay, like people don't care because it's somehow they're getting benefits. So even though the stealing is illegal and people condemn it, in actions people likes it. And now let's talk about the murder that you have said. People are getting killed every year. If you win the war, your murders are justified, even though murder is bad for society, as you are saying. The thing is, again, the thing like what is right and what is wrong, it's subjective, my dear friend.
Well, yes, I agree that it is subjective. But if you had listened to my arguments, what you just said supports it. It does not disprove it, because stealing within a societal unit is bad. However, going to a war with another country and taking their resources after having, emerged victorious is an entirely different thing. That's one society, one collective unit triumphing or interacting with another one, not within itself. And here the laws change, because ultimately society is interested in itself, not other societies. If something promotes the best interest of it, it's gonna do it. That's why religions, all religions, nearly, have holy wars and have war booties and spoils. And you win the war, you take slaves, you take money, you take everything, and you impose taxes and tributaries, because you're promoting your own best interest. But not a single society in history had a law that said, if people are allowed to come into your room, take your bed and leave with it, or come into your shop, steal everything and leave, because it destabilizes the society. But when it's done to other people, to another group of people, and the society is benefiting from it, it's going to be justified. And almost all cases, it's justified using religion.
My dear friend, you could have shortened that answer, but okay. First of all, I got your what you upset, but you didn't get my point. The thing is, I just gave you a bigger picture, a way more concrete metaphor. It's just a metaphor. It's not literally you have to take it and compare it. But when it comes to society, let's say you are a lazy person, okay, and you are wasting your father's money. You got it from your inheritance. You are literally wasting the resources, okay, let's say, and maybe you are dumb enough to destroy it. If I steal it, I could use it in a better way. Maybe the government will take it from you. There are many cases where governments steal from people. There are many examples. The thing is, again, you're saying like in a society, now you're telling, oh, in a society, dude, everywhere. It's a subjective matter, dude. Thank you.
Which I agree on. But when governments confiscate things from people, that's usually not considered theft, because
Really?
the government, yeah, no, not. It's not considered theft.
Uh-huh.
It's just like when a government sends its people to war, that's not considered murder. Uh, Governments, as I said earlier, operate to ensure the best interest of their society. And all human societies have certain values, certain unwritten rules that all of them adhere to, because it's just, a fact of evolution that doing these things promotes your best chances of survival. Now,
If you see
how
me,
societies interact with each other, that's an entirely different
Nice.
matter.
So well, maybe you can find something you disagree because you're saying the same things.
Baker, like, I don't want to reply the quotes that you are saying. The government, when government takes it for the benefit, I don't want to reply that. I think the listeners will judge it.
Yeah,
Whatever. So yeah,
Doesn't matter. You
whatever.
guys, in the end, think like these are subjective matters, right?
Yeah. Like, let's skip it. Okay? I don't want to answer it, or reply this. If anyone with a brain, he will understand. So I came here for the topic, like, prove me your God, right?
Mm-hmm.
How can
Yeah.
you prove something that is beyond human understanding?
Beyond human understanding. If that thing helps you, I think you can do that. Why not?
No. My question is, God itself is people believe. It's a belief. It's not something that you can prove.
How do they know
And when
that?
you say,
How do they
and
know
when
that,
you say,
Mister?
okay,
How do they
like,
know that?
no, yeah, that's I'm coming to it. When you say that you have to prove it, you're telling me you have to prove it with the understanding of the current science or philosophy or whatever the thing with the current level.
Mm-hmm.
The moment you said you have to prove it, you don't believe in God. Because God, when someone believes it, they think it's beyond the current understanding.
Okay.
So the question itself, it's faulty.
No, it's not. It's not. Well, I think you have a faulty belief in the first place because, like,
Mhm.
maybe you believe in a very different God. Like, but let me learn a little bit about your God. So your God is conscious, aware, and intelligent.
I don't know.
You don't know. So what kind of a
Mhm.
God you believe in? Which God do you believe in?
I believe in some supernatural being that is beyond my understanding.
Beyond your understanding.
Yeah.
How
And illogical, emotional.
illogical, emotional?
Yeah. Kind of from that perspective, I'm trying to, give you the best expression that I can give.
Okay, like you're talking about something that you cannot understand, but
Yep.
at the same time you're saying something about it. So, like, how can you utter something about something that you don't understand?
Yeah, thank you. I love that question. The thing is, we human beings are not robots, right? We are emotional creatures. And if you see the current psychology about human, we still don't understand like why people behave like it. Current psychology is in an infant stage. Okay, so human are illogical and emotional. If anyone comes and say like I'm not emotional, then I'm not illogical, then he is not human. From that point of view, I feel something. It's my personal feeling. It's my own illogical thing. I believe there's something. That's
You
it.
feel there's something. Okay.
Yep.
Does God understand humans?
What?
Does God understand humans?
Yeah, it does. I think
Why
so.
couldn't he? Okay, so why couldn't he write a book for us to understand?
What?
Why couldn't he write a book or convey a message which we understand?
I don't know. There's
Inanimate.
lots of things I don't know. Like, for
But
example,
Junai,
Yeah, just like your
Mr.
God, he don't know a lot of things either.
But you
Gotcha.
already,
One by one by one.
yeah. But you already contradicted yourself. Like you said, it's beyond understanding, and now you claim that he can understand us.
I feel like so.
You
That's my
feel
personal
like so.
opinion.
So all these things are about how you feel. Okay. So there's no any fruit in this conversation, as I
Yeah,
see.
that's my point. That's my
No,
point.
that's your point, but that doesn't mean like there is a
Mhm.
God, or that doesn't
Okay.
mean God is like the way that you think. Maybe God is different. Maybe God
Thank
is
you.
the way that Muslims think, or maybe God is like the way that
Thank you.
Christians think, or maybe
Thank
God
you.
is different than those gods.
Can I speak?
Sure, yeah.
Thank you. The thing is, my point is, the topic, in the welcome message, whom your God is faulty.
Uh,
Nobody believes, in a sense, like they literally, it can be provable. The
oh,
moment you
I
say,
believe it's
wait,
provable.
please, let me speak. When the moment you say, I can prove the God, you don't believe in God because it's
So
supposed to be beyond that provable level. For example, let's say I live in,
supposed to be beyond provable
like I
level.
live in, please.
I'm
In
just trying to
1000,
understand what you said, man.
I'm explaining it. Come on.
You're explaining
I'm 100 years ago.
before me
Yeah,
understanding
let me
something
speak.
that you said. Hey, Mister, like you don't want to engage. I think. Okay, let's cool down a little bit. Okay, like I don't understand why you got heated. So you were saying something. I want to understand what you said, and when I'm trying to understand you, you just want to bring more, and you're saying, wait. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay, so let's understand each other.
See, man, if you don't let me make sense, if you don't give me that enough time,
Don't
how can I make you
complain.
understand?
I gave you the mic. Don't complain. Okay.
Okay, can I speak now? Okay. let's say I live in 1,000 years ago, okay, in a medieval world. And if you're telling me, dude, prove me that the sun is not circling around the earth, but it's the opposite, I can't do it to you. The current level of that time science isn't that improved enough to prove that.
Okay.
No,
Same thing.
yes,
Same thing here.
did.
No.
No, they 1,000 years
Okay.
ago they knew the Earth revolved around the sun. They knew.
But that's a very faulty comparison to make. When it comes to phenomena that are objectively verifiable, it doesn't matter what the current scope of knowledge allows or disallows for, because eventually it's going to evolve to a level where it is possible to
Okay.
examine the validity. But in
Okay.
God's case, which is inherently supernatural, it's
Okay.
impossible and always going to be impossible.
I know. See, I didn't try to mend that. Let me finish. Okay. I'm coming. The thing is, the science doesn't tell you what is there or what is not. It just state the fact. Okay. When you say about the current understanding about the science and philosophy or logics, you're talking about the current present time, and human race is just going on. So if you can judge a god, it's not God, man. If you can prove a god, it's not God. It's something else.
Really?
Yeah, it's something
That's
else.
Well, but
funny.
Nobody
that's
believes.
always gonna come back to your definition of God.
Yeah.
Mhm. I use English. Okay, my vocabularies come from English dictionaries. It's not my mother tongue. So when I use the God, if you see on Google Dictionary, nobody will say it is provable mathematically. They will say it's a belief. And when it comes to belief, it's illogical, my dear friends. The moment you say prove it, dude, it's not the definition of God that you can prove it. And
I
what the
don't care
funny part,
about your definition of God, since
fine,
you already claimed that you cannot prove your God exists. I'm not interested in it anymore. Okay, Mister.
fine. No. Let me ask you something. You are an atheist, Mr. Philosopher.
Yes, I am an atheist.
Okay, so what do you believe in?
What do you mean? What do you believe in? I don't believe in God. That's
Okay,
atheism.
so fine. Thank you. See that there, if you gather 100 atheists, let's say, and if you ask them, do you believe in God? Everyone will say, no, I don't believe in God.
Yeah.
But if you say, dude, like, can you believe that there is someone else in this world who loves you? Maybe 5, 10 out of 100 will raise their hand and say, yeah, I believe there is someone who will love me. I believe in true love, though it is illogical, totally faulty. Love is a human emotion, as you know.
I was speaking about love.
Yeah, I'm just saying, giving examples,
But
So
that
my
doesn't relate to
Saying,
anything.
you don't think much of the emotional capability of us
Thank you.
atheists, do you?
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to point out. Even an atheist.
So
Yeah.
so do you think only 5% of atheists cry at their children's funerals?
No, let me finish my point. Thank you. My point is, if you are a human, you have illogical emotions. It could be love. It could be believing in science, even though there's nothing to believe in science. It could be your own self-esteem, or it could be someone else, something else.
Emotions are not
Everybody.
arguments, Mister. Why are you
Thank
saying
you.
illogical?
Thank you. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it's an argument. I'm saying everybody has emotional dependency. Illogical, cannot be provable, my dear friends.
Your God has
Again, emotions are not arguments. That's why you cannot say logical or illogical. Emotions are emotions, okay?
That's my point. Emotions
That's not your
are
point.
not.
You're making a stupid point here.
I don't even see how this.
Your God's emotional as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
I
don't see how this.
agree with you.
He had a
It
history
sounds
to
stupid, man.
drown everybody.
It's stupid. I know it sounds stupid, but
Yeah,
human
because it is stupid. It is stupid. That's right. Because it sounds stupid. It is stupid. He had a history fit and he drowned everybody.
Okay, Mister. Let me.
Psychological maniac.
Everybody is a
Jack,
believer from
Jack,
the
Jack.
stupidity of human.
His
Yeah,
God
go ahead.
doesn't seem like that. So he doesn't know many things about his God. It's like
Okay,
seemingly
okay,
he claims something that he feels.
okay.
That's all. But my question is, Mister,
Mm-hmm.
do you think
I don't know.
there?
You guys know.
Do you think is there anything that you can prove to exist?
Proving about what?
Existence.
Existence of what? Human conscious, human
Anything.
emotion.
No, no,
You
no.
want me to
Anything.
prove my conscious?
Man, no, not consciousness. Is there
Then what,
anything
man?
that is provable for you? Okay.
How about the Earth?
I think
Can you prove
we
anything?
can.
Anything.
Yeah. I can prove that every human in this earth, believer, atheist, or whatever,
Huh?
they have illogical beliefs.
I'm not talking
and
about
we
like
prove it.
You keep saying the same
statements.
thing.
Man. Yeah. Like it's becoming boring. But my question is about the existence of something. Okay. Things. There are things in the universe, right?
Oh, you're talking about things in the universe?
Yeah. Can you prove the existence of something? Anything?
Actually, see, I don't know whether God's my personal belief, God
This
exists
guy's not
in this
following
universe or not.
anything
Now,
that you're
hey,
saying.
do you think you can prove
What do
the
you mean?
Earth?
What do you prove? What do you mean by anything?
Anything that you can prove, man.
No, what does I mean? I think I.
What, you
Can
don't
you prove
understand what
anything that exists?
anything means now?
Yeah,
What?
I can. You can look
Well,
at the
come on, do
Jack,
it.
Jack. But by any
I don't-
chance, like you have teacher friends?
What?
Then I'm not talking to you, Jack. Like the English teachers, I want to take some lessons, man. Like they don't understand my
Actually,
English.
see, man, like honestly, dude, I was talking about God, then you're talking about prove
Uh,
anything. What does it mean, man?
I'm saying is there anything that you can prove to exist? Okay, like don't think about
Yeah,
the things that you cannot prove.
Okay. Yeah, I can prove that there is a American president whose name is Donald Trump, man.
Cool, very good, very good. So you believe that you can prove that
Finally.
humans exist. Finally, yeah, we're there. So there is one thing that you can prove that
Yeah.
exists. Okay, so my
Yeah.
point is, if there's something, then there's a chance
Mhm.
that we can prove its existence.
Yep.
So if there's a God, doesn't matter in any way, okay, then there's a chance that it can be proven.
The
Why?
moment you said,
Yeah, go
the
on.
moment you said it can be proved, you're not talking about God anymore. Actually, this
Why?
is the point. Wait, this is the point. That's what I'm trying to make sense for the last few minutes, man.
You didn't make any sense so far for
Still, you
anyone
didn't
here in the
understand,
room.
man.
So
I don't
like
know.
all people are stupid in this room. Okay, cool.
Don't repeat
No,
yourself,
man. I
please.
think you didn't understand. Everybody understood very
Oh,
well. What I
really?
said.
Raise the hands who understood him.
See, man, like
I want to
maybe
see the
these
hands.
people again. Maybe these people likes your opinions. Maybe they don't like my opinions. Who knows?
I just asked questions. Like
See,
these are not opinions.
I don't follow majority, Mister. I'm sorry.
Okay, but like if
Well,
no one
that is
understands you
obvious.
in a room, either you accept all of them are stupid, or maybe you're not good at explaining something. What about
See,
this?
man, it could be either way. The thing is,
It could be either way. So maybe we should
Yeah,
help each other.
Mister, I think I expressed what I tried to express to you, all of you,
And
and
you
guys
failed.
understood. Yeah, okay,
We
okay, let me
didn't.
finish. I think you guys understood very well. The
We
thing is,
didn't.
I have
We're lying
gone
to you
your,
right now.
No, I'm talking about your YouTube channel. I've gone to your YouTube channel, Mister,
And
it usually get 2 views when it comes to live or something. Yeah, I appreciate your honesty, man. You can at least have a reference point where anyone can check. And the thing is, I have seen you many times on this website. Okay,
And-
but yeah, I finally joined and expressed what I have tried to express, and you guys
Okay.
were laughing and still repeating the same question that I have answered many minutes ago.
because
It's
we
fine.
didn't understand.
Fine, I didn't understand you either.
You didn't understand me.
What did you say?
Well, I just asked you a question, and you're now telling me that you didn't understand the question.
I can hear you, man.
Look,
thing is,
we want to
we
know
we
if you
could be
believe
wait.
in God, okay?
The
Get
thing
to the
is, we
point.
could be ignorant all day, man. It doesn't matter. But the reality is reality.
Uh-huh.
The
And
thing is, human are emotional. If I tell you to prove your own conscience, you cannot do it. If I tell you to prove
no. I tried Phoenix, but he's just bullshitting all over the place.
I think it's just here for shits and giggles too.
Anyway, like here's the point. Let's make the point clear. Like, if something exists, and if you think that you can prove something exists, if X exists, then there's a chance that you can prove that too. Okay, and claiming that God is, something that we can never prove is just a claim without any basis. So, like the gods that people believe in, like in general, those gods have a lot of powers, a lot of knowledge, according to them, and I think they can easily prove themselves to humanity. So it doesn't have to be us doing the job to prove something. Maybe they can come and they can just say, "Hey, we are here," and that would be a good proof. So again, if X exists, then there's a chance that it can be proven. Sure, there are some other God claims, like they're unfalsifiable, we cannot prove. Yeah, I understand that. I see that also. That doesn't work for all God claims. Room temp IQ. Anyway. Oh, you're raising the hand for what?
Yeah, I just have a quick question. Like,
Okay.
maybe I'm just stupid, so I don't understand it. Help me make sense of it. If God is not like, you can't understand him, and he's like out of our universe and whatever, like,
Mhm.
so he can't literally do anything inside our universe then?
He doesn't
'Cause
know
if
that. He didn't know that.
No, but in general, like how does it work? Because if he can do something inside our universe, it means that then we can kind of find what he is doing and do some experiments and prove that he is real. No?
I think yes, like some people could believe in that. It depends on the evidence.
Things that exist tend to
Well,
leave
put it this way,
evidence.
he does come down into our universe. He came down to wrestle with Jacob. Do you know that story, Workers' Day,
Yeah,
where he grabbed him on his gonads?
yeah. Left
Yeah,
him with a limp for the rest of his life.
yeah. That was dirty, wasn't it? Grabbing him by the
Yeah,
gonads.
he's a dirty fighter, that God.
Mm.
They would never allow that in the UFC.
No, I think that's against the rules, isn't it?
Yeah, and no grappling sport will allow that.
Yeah, but God got away with it.
He gets away with whatever he wants, I know.
And what a dirty fighter, too.
Yeah. I mean, he gets to throw fire at people.
Yeah, when I read that story, I said that's against the UFC and the WWE. Yeah, I said no, because I watched the WWE as a child, and I said no, that's against the rules. I even know those rules.
I remember watching that stuff on TV and wondering if it was real or not.
Well, whether it's real or not, it's still against the rules.
Yeah.
You know, the rules are the rules. And even reading that story, I was feeling a little bit queasy. You know what I mean? I was going, oh, gee, oh, no. Don't do that. Phoenix, you can put your hand up. You can speak. You got the mic.
Yes, I put my hand. Yes, I put my hand up because I was still eating.
All right, put your hands down now.
It's some meat and some like ravioli. Yes. It's not very important. I had a question for you, philosopher, or for anyone in the room. So concerning the proof for God. So I agree, philosopher, that you say that if God exists, then God should be able to somehow show himself and therefore prove for himself that he exists. My question would be, imagine God just does that. Like, imagine, I don't know, like we are here in the platform. Imagine in the next second, a new profile appears in the room with the title God. And then this person says, look, I am God. And ask me anything you want, or ask me for any proof you want. And I want to show you that I'm God. Is it guaranteed that every one of you would say after asking some questions, would you then say, yes, I think he's God? Or would you always say, maybe stay skeptical and say, I'm not very sure, because maybe this person is lying also?
Okay. So like you have a definition of God, right, Phoenix?
Yes.
And when you observe and test something matching with your definition, I think it's consistent to accept that, yeah, that's that thing. Sure, you can still be skeptic. You can think that it's not a god, it's an alien. That was our topic yesterday, if you remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
So
remember.
people could be skeptic about it all the time. And again, like if I had the evidence that I require, I would still be an agnostic believer.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like how we prove things, right? We like check things, we test things, observe things. When we find the matching evidence, then we say, okay, yeah, seemingly that's the case.
So maybe instead of us trying to prove God, if God can prove himself, this would be like the more powerful proof for God, right?
If God can prove it's sure it would be like better. That's why I said like that there are gods they can do that based on the definition. And sure that would be a greater evidence.
Okay.
Like imagine like somehow we found a way to go outside of this universe and there's a god outside, let's say, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It will be very hard maybe to understand what's that thing. If let's suppose it's even a god who has similar properties of these, religions that we know. Even in that case, maybe if God doesn't care about us, doesn't care about the universe, that would take maybe forever to understand whether it's a god or not. But again, if that thing decides, hey, oh wow, welcome. Wow, you were searching me? Uh,
Yes.
that would help. That could help.
Okay. Maybe another question following to that one. So imagine God just does that for, I don't know how many people we are, maybe 20. So now the 20 people of us all believe, okay, this person is God, and so God must exist. Do you think that people who did not join our discussion, if we told them, hey, you know what? God just joined our discussion yesterday, said he was God, we asked him questions, and he proved to us that he is indeed God. Do you think this would be...
That's not good evidence for me. Like testimonies about supernatural claims are not good evidence to me.
Okay.
Because like we don't have good evidence for supernatural already. If someone claims, then again, it's not a good evidence for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, if I tell you that, like, I've seen a unicorn in my backyard.
Yes.
Oh, my friends also had seen the unicorn. We got even pictures of it.
Okay, but maybe pictures would be like a bit strong proof. But I see what you say. If you're not also how you say witness of the event, yes, you have reason to not believe them, the claims. I understand. I see someone wants to join also.
Oh, just wait. You don't have to raise the hand. Like, you guys can interrupt. You guys are cool
I
guys.
just don't want to like jump in and interrupt.
You can.
Uh,
You can.
the problem was one problem that I see with this example is even if it's like a real god, he would know what would convince me. So I don't even need to ask him any questions. He would just say
Julie,
something that would convince me. If it's all-knowing God, yeah.
Julie, are you here? And are you hearing?
Did Julie believe in an all-knowing God that would say something like this?
She exactly thinks the way that you think. Like, if there's such a god, he must know how to convince you.
I think it's pretty classic position. And the thing is,
Mm,
he
I don't
could
like that
like
position, but anyway.
I could ask him for the ability uh to perfectly know what I need to say to another like unbeliever to convince him then because he's all powerful. So he can just give me this ability. So
Mhm.
then I would have the ability to turn any unbeliever in a believer in just,
Oh.
I don't know, like 1 or 2 sentences.
Oh,
And then we would have some good evidence of this God as being real.
that's the exact example that I always apply. So I say, like people say, "Do you want to see the gods?" I say, "No, it's not necessary, man. If God talks to you right now, I can test that also. At least I can find something like according to my standards of belief." So again, like the same example, like I can ask questions, and if I'm getting the answers always correctly, then that would be good evidence for me.
Maybe one idea how to test it. So I believe in God. So if one day God appears, I will ask him maybe some questions to see if it matches with my image of God, and then I
Oh,
say, okay, it's
but
God.
what if you get the answer? Hi,
Yes.
I know, I know him. Come on, Phoenix. I know that he will never believe.
Who will not believe?
Like X, like, or let's suppose you somehow God started talking to you, and you said, "Hey, God, I want to convince Philosopher. He's searching evidence for all the time, and please tell me the magical words to convince him." And then God says, "No, there's no such a thing. He'll never believe. I know him."
Okay.
No. He doesn't know you. Like he made you this way.
He made me in this way.
Yeah, he made you non-believer.
He made me. He made me.
Yes.
Oh, I don't want to go into frivol thing.
We can do it other time.
Maybe other time, yeah.
But I wanted to propose something else, like one question to ask.
Phoenix, just one
yes.
sentence. Still, it
Yes.
follows, by the way, just a bit. If he made me in this way, that means, yeah, he knows that I will never believe because he made me in this way. Anyway, go on, Phoenix.
Yes, because I think you once took the example. You said if your phone disappears or something, then you say maybe it's God. One trick could be also to ask him to tell you what you think or what your current emotion is. So maybe he's a very, like we said yesterday, maybe he's a trickster magician and just makes tricks and can read your mind. But I think someone who can really know things about you which nobody can actually know, I think this would be a sign that maybe he's not only natural. Maybe that's a way as if I was a non-believer and so I
But
would
we
try
should
to
be,
test this person.
Phoenix, we should be really careful about the examples that we want to test because there are some cases that other people can also do similar things and you may be confused. Like, you should be really clear about those examples. Like guessing things, we can guess things. There are tricks for that. But again, we should be careful, and maybe we can ask repetitions.
Yes.
But like guessing part, it should be like this. If I were you, okay, or if I were an atheist,
Mhm.
I'm an atheist. Hello,
Yes.
Silver Locks. You're late today. Oh yeah, I was like, okay, guess the number in my head right now.
Mhm.
I would choose, very big number, very big number,
Mhm.
complicated one, like the passwords that you use, right? Like the more complicated, it's harder to crack it, right?
Mhm.
So if it's like, oh, 7, oh, fuck it, man. 3, oh, come on, don't do that. Or 0, okay? Like people can guess, but I believe disappearing things or making things pop into existence. Or let's suppose if
Okay.
God teleports you into my room right now,
Mm.
like that would be way better.
Yeah, yes, I see what you say. So basically, he should show that he can do things only God can do, like
Exactly,
manipulate
exactly.
matter and so. Okay, I
Yeah,
see.
as I said, when it comes to guessing things, we also can guess things, a lot of things.
Yeah.
People can confuse that. And I see people are confusing. Like they think that they had an experience, good one, or someone proved some magical tricks on them, and they believe it's like a magic. But when you go deeper, like there are many ways to explain those things.
Mm. I see. Like he would ask something like, "Can you just reverse the last 5 minutes or so of time?" Or like you
Um,
say, make a phone appear or disappear, things like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But again, like for example, I keep doing that, right? People listen me.
Mhm.
Like imagine someone next to me, okay, near to me. He's saying, "Wait a second, like he's my friend. Let's make a joke, or maybe let's fool him, okay, and never tell him." And they find some people, okay, that they can do tricks, okay, magic tricks.
They ask Penn and
Mhm.
Teller.
What?
They ask magicians Penn and Teller, from Las Vegas.
Hmm. Yeah, and like imagine like they come to my house, they set up my table, and
Mhm.
they change the mechanism, and that they can make a phone appear, or maybe my phone disappear, like using some different kind of things. Like we don't know how they do that, but they have their ways, right?
Mhm.
So when it happens, yeah, like you can say, well, what if that happened to you right now? But that's very less likely. But again,
Mhm.
I would try different things. Okay.
Mhm.
For example, I would say, okay, God, can you please, um, well, okay, so you bring a phone, another phone on my table. Can you bring an elephant in my living room?
Mhm.
This is the first time. I have never
Mhm.
asked such a thing, so I would make sure that you know, like people cannot set up these things instantly.
Mhm.
But
I
again,
see.
now I used one of my examples. It's not good. And then anyway, I'll just stick to the phone.
Mhm.
Just make some space if something happens.
Mhm. Okay.
You're raising your hand for what? Speak. You can
Yeah,
speak,
I actually
man.
just didn't want to cut you off there, like in the middle of your speech there.
What?
But yeah, I actually kind of wanted to piggyback off of what Just Debate I think said, like maybe a few minutes ago or something.
Yeah.
Kind of got me thinking. So he said something along the lines of like, how does God present it, himself in this reality, or something like this, I believe. And but correct me if I'm wrong. But basically, and by the way, I'm like an atheist, agnostic, whatever. But I'm like open minded. Basically, I'm just I like thinking about this stuff. Essentially, I think really it's kind of going to come down to whether or not God presents itself in a way in the framework of our reality that is kind of um breaking the causality of natural events, if that makes sense. Or maybe that could be something that's like to the opposite side of things, side of things, where he actually is not breaking the chain of those events to where it kind of presents itself as conspicuous to us as onlooker. What I mean by this is that, let's say, like a situation, obviously hypothetical, to where if you're going to get shot at and like the bullet is going to stop, for some reason, I don't know, halfway, and then there's literally no reason to explain that within the realm of like our understanding here, other than there's been some kind of involvement or interference from, I don't know, like higher up, some entity or whatever. So like in this way we would definitely see clearly that there's been something that we cannot really explain in any other way. And right now obviously the best set of proof or arguments or just information, how we prove an information, largely speaking, is obviously empirically. So that wouldn't work for us in that way. We would have to kind of grapple with this fact that cannot really be explained in any other way. So I guess that would come down to I guess the way that it presents itself. If the God kind of operates in a way that is sort of congruent with the way that nature works in and of itself, even without his interference, that would be really super hard to even claim anything about God in that situation. But if there's basically what I'm talking about, like in simple terms, is like miracles. If miracles can exist and they are proven to have happened, then it would be much easier for us to like see that something has happened that we cannot really explain otherwise, right? So I guess this is like a philosophical question, but then again, I personally have not never seen anything, and I personally don't have any anecdotes that would support the position that um, that he exists in that way, because I haven't really seen anything that like goes beyond the framework of understanding that we can just explain that with other um, by other means, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not even arguing for anything. I'm just kind of rambling, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's kind of what I think as well. But at the same time, like if God is working in a way that we can't really tell that he is doing anything, like everything that he's doing is actually like explainable by natural reasons, then the claim that God is God not existing and God existing are basically the same, because we can differentiate between them. Yeah.
Sure, it's true, but at the same time, that would also depend on which God you are like arguing for, because that wouldn't be the biblical God in that
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
That
Of
just
course.
would be out of the question. That would be more
Yeah.
so like a deist God,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
honestly, I personally would see myself much like I'd be much more close to maybe accepting something or subscribing to something, should there ever be a need for this, to like a God that just kind of doesn't present itself or himself, or I don't know, like with the nouns pronouns here, should be, but basically doesn't present itself in a way that he kind of interjects himself in daily life and does something that goes beyond, or yeah, just kind of works outside of the framework of just the natural order. But if that is the case, then that would also be even harder to prove that he exists. But at the same time, I think that would be much more, I guess, probable and much more reasonable to think that. Well, basically, it's just kind of hard. It's kind of easier to argue for, but it's harder to then see any evidence empirically in life that
You
something can
can't
happen
see any
that cannot be
evidence
explained.
if
Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
is. Yeah.
So there's not that, like there's not inexplicable things. So it's kind of harder to argue that there's something that's like outside of the universe, and it kind of because there's no manifestation of that creature or entity in the world, because there's like no events that we can like see, okay, they could have been that there's no way that they could have happened on its own. But at the same time, it's easier to argue for this God philosophically, because then you don't have to be in a very tricky position, as like many religious folks on here. They're coming in and then they have to say and validate or I don't know, argue for a lot of the things that are actually written in the Bible, and then it puts you in a very like, you know, tricky spot, because like there's so many things that are outdated socially, and we don't really adhere to those norms anymore as people like in the past used to. And I think that's just because like the societies have gone way past you know, that's point of basically just adhering to like a number of rules that were written by whoever, and now it's much more secular and much more like well developed across a lot of different dimensions. And honestly, the truth be told, basically a lot of societies, I mean not all of them, but like a lot of societies, especially in the West, have gone past that because they're actually actually arguably have become much like less religious. That is basically the idea, because otherwise that would not be the case. Like that would be more barbaric, I guess, socially. Not like I'm not saying that you cannot be a religious person and be like civil and developed and intellectual and everything, but it's
Depends
not going to
on
be, you're
religion.
not going to be able to ascribe that to your religiosity. It's going to be more so kind of despite your religion. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I guess.
But if I can speak as a Christian, I think,
Oh yeah.
yes, I think, because I get the questions or the remarks all the time. So, like people quote the Old Testament and say, you see, that's your religion and so on. But for us Christian, the role model and the standard is Jesus Christ. So you're right. Societies evolve and so on, and it's good. But I think the moral standard of Jesus Christ is something which will always be, yes, like the standard for like any society. That's a little bit how I see it.
Crazy that he's bringing it up again after failing in chat.
So
Yeah,
may I ask you just like a follow-up question on this? So like, are you
yes, sure.
basically claiming, you know, I'm just trying to make sure we're on the same page here. It's like, are you claiming that like the figure of Jesus Christ is essentially the epitome of what any human being on earth should like say like strive to be as, and be like a role model for just kind of the behavior and like the social implications of that, as well as like philosophically and having a moral compass? Like this is basically the person to look up to in that sense. Is that basically what you're trying to say?
Yes, I would say so. Like,
would you also say,
yes.
just a quick question here, kind of to the
Okay.
same on the same subject? Yeah. Would you also say that he is in a way? Okay, let me kind of try to put it in a way that I'm like just trying to make sense. Okay. Well, so would you say that he is a trailblazer in a way, that he was the first one to propose a set of values, and there had never been any similar values sort of preceding his appearance, like on a historical scale? Would you say he was like literally the first one to propose the values that are like that are offered to us through the Bible? Would you say that this was like an unprecedented case, that it had happened in history like for the first time?
I would say this, like, for me, if I read what Jesus did and taught, he often talks about basically the conscience of people. Like, listen to your conscience and do good and avoid bad. And I'm convinced that if you take a child, for example, living in the period of antiquity or something, most children basically are not bad people. Like, I cannot say Jesus
Children
was,
are pretty chill. Yeah, I
yes,
agree.
I would not say Jesus is the first good person to ever has existed. I would maybe say,
Let me
yes,
clarify actually just quickly. I really
mhm.
hate to cut you off there, but I wanted to clarify that was not my claim. I didn't
It's good
say,
to
or I didn't
clarify.
ask you whether or not Jesus was the first good person, quote unquote good person, to have ever existed. I was just actually asking you if he was the first proponent of good values, again, quote unquote, just, you know, what's written in the Bible. Would you say that this is the first precedent of a large set of values being offered to people? and if there was no similar case before, as in some other religions or some other groups of people that collectively, some I don't know, some communities, would you say that there could have been some adaptation happening in the time of Jesus to where there were some, well, I mean, you probably know about Judaism, right? I mean, it's
Yes, a bit.
do you know that this is basically a sequel?
You mean Christianity as a
Sure.
sequel of
I
Judaism?
mean, well, historically speaking.
Yes, it came after Judaism, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would it pose any problem to the uniqueness, I guess, of Christianity, or the claim of it being unique in a way of the set of morals that it proposed to humanity?
Okay, I think now I better grasp the question. I would say this. I would say maybe if you want to take someone who really puts the notion of ethical behavior to the maximum, like to the best, I would say it would be Jesus. But I do not deny the fact that other religions coming before and other people coming before had also very good moral standards.
Okay.
This would be the
Sure. Okay, can I ask you on that as well then, as a follow-up?
Yes, sure. You
So
can
judging,
ask everything.
yeah, sure, yeah, but judging by what criteria or a set of criteria are you saying that Jesus probably was the best example, or still is posing as the best example to follow, as a sort of like role model for just kind of like metaphysically speaking, and just like I guess applying the standards of that behavior on a daily basis? Like, what would you say would be the advantages that he has over some of the other religious figures that had existed before him and after him? Like, what would you sort of say, okay, that kind of stands out in him, that makes me believe in him, as opposed to some other things that you probably know some of the names of some other prophets and stuff. It's like, why would you say that, okay, this is the guy I love, Jesus more than anybody else?
Yes, like Buddha also taught good things, and so I would say what sticks out with Jesus is really this idea to radically try to love your enemy, like the person who really does not treat you well, laughs at you, and so that he demands of his followers really to even love this person and to see this person in the best light possible. And this is something for us humans, it's very difficult. I mean, I see it myself when I get strange remarks, and so this gets on you, or this makes something with you. But what Jesus teaches is no, slow down. Like, this kind of things are not the important thing in the person doing this stuff to you. This person has a value, and even when this person is against you, you should try always to love the person and to seek peace. Maybe this is very an extreme, the extremist position he has. I think other religious leaders also tried to taught peace and so on, but I'm not sure if they also would go to this extent to say, yes, even the person who treats you very badly, you should try to love this person. I don't know.
Okay, before the interruption,
Hey,
Juan.
can
Yeah,
I
welcome.
chime in?
Yes, you can, but I should say the goodbye, thingy that I do always. But you guys can continue. I see a lot of gentlemen here, so I think you can have it. I think thanks for all on YouTube who was here. That's a shorter comparing to the other ones, but anyway, thanks all for joining.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
thank
just wanted
you.
to add and kind of put it like a different way.